Jesus Christ. It's my second time doing this. Oh my god. YouTube, fucking stupid. YouTube's retarded, I swear. Does it even... Alright. Does it allow me to play footage? I was looking at my phone to see if the footage plays. Yeah, it plays. Alright, cool. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do is show you what I do when I make my cinematics. So first off, I pretty much start by changing the effect change the effect first, get it over and done with, because it's quicker. So we'll go for something like this, for an example, and I am going to probably drop it to about 65% maybe, depending if it's good enough. Yeah, that'll do. 65%, and then I will change the contrast, bring it up a tad, so it doesn't look so what's it called, like grainy. Put it at 15, and then brightness, I'm going to drop it down a tad, but you could do what you want pretty much, it's personal preference. And what you do is once you've done that and you're happy with your filter, you press L3 and it should copy the effects, and then I always press X straight away just to be safe. And what should happen now is that every time you mark something, it should still be the same filter, so it hasn't changed. So that's all good. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, I just screenshotted something. So I want to delete this, so I push triangle to delete that. So I'm going to start off here. Cameras, okay, this is my favourite bit, obviously. I'm going to put a transition in as well, so it fades in, so it's like, fades in like that. But I'm going to change my cameras. So you got your overhead, which if I play, it just basically follows the player around, or whatever, just an overhead cam. And you got your preset left and right, basically like that. Different types. But obviously the free camera is the best one, because you can, move the camera around. But obviously you are limited to how far you can go. So I can only go about, I'd say, I don't know, 100 feet, maybe, a couple 100 feet, before like it says, oh, I'm too far, I'm out of range. But anything that's within this range, like this red circle range, you can basically like follow targets to. So I am going to go for this car, for example. Actually, there's no one in this, so it's not going to actually work. But and neither was that one, because for some reason there's no NPCs, which is weird. Yeah, that's very weird. I don't know why there's no NPCs. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a quick camera like movement. So your basic first camera would be obviously move with target. So whenever I play it, it moves with him. So give it a second. So it moves around. It's doing his little thing. There you go. But like, if I want to do a tracking shot to make it rotate around, for example, this is where the blending comes in. So you got your camera shakes. Obviously, I'm going to probably do handheld and probably increase the intensity of that. Make it feel like someone's holding a camera. Blend. So you got your blend modes. Obviously, you got linear and you got smooth. And I'm going to show you the blending actually. Oh, and mount type, obviously it's rigid. This means it's like it just stays fixed onto the character, so like it doesn't sway around like the through twitch. It's annoying sometimes, but it's good for like first person shots. And we can look at target as well, so we can look at obviously targets. Obviously I can't look at any others because it's there's nothing nearby, but I'm going to show you now, because I do get caught up talking a lot and not know what I'm doing half the time. So we're going to put another marker, say like here. We'll place a marker there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this camera. Okay, I need to get rid of look at target. You and obviously if you have a problem where you can't move the camera, like say like here, and I'm trying to move the camera, like you don't won't let you go anywhere much. Just take it off the look at target to none and put it to none. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it up here. I'd say about here, and then probably have it, yeah, about here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it slightly more forward. I'm going to go back here, move the camera about here, and then I'm going to put blend mode into linear. And what that should do is the camera should follow up to the next marker without like so suddenly cutting. So for example, if I let it play without it, he's just like looking at something, he's walking, then all of a sudden it cuts there. So what I'm going to do is put it back to linear, and what should happen is that the camera should basically move up to the marker. And you can do it on smooth as well. So if I put it back to smooth now, it should sort of carry on blending past that marker as well. So it's like a nice little continuous shot sort of movement. So he's jumping around, jumps on that. So that's that. So I'm going to put it back to linear because that's pretty cool. And if you want to, actually I'm going to put it back to none. Sorry, that's linear. So the ending marker, if you don't want it to be moving, or if you want it to be stopped, you just keep it at none for the blending. And obviously blending using is like makes it a bit more smoother and more, you know, you kind of just smooths it out more, not so twitchy and whatever. But no, now I'm going to show you how to, let's see what kind of thing we can do. I suppose we could do some like complicated shots. Can obviously speed the gameplay up on each marker, obviously slow mo. So if you want to like slow it down a bit, you can do that. And you can put your effects in, like obviously we've done that. The audio, so you've got crashes with the marker that you put on. You can change the volume of all the sound effects and music, and you can change the microphone type. So pretty much, depending where the camera is, if it's default, then the camera picks up sounds like it's on, like a normal microphone would, say, wherever your camera is placed. Or you can do it towards the camera. Like, so where I'm pointing at now, I'm pointing at the player. Like most of the sound would go to him. It would be amplified, and then that target is obviously you pick a specific target, and then it's cinematic, so it just makes it more of a movie sort of sound, like theatre sound. But we're gonna stick with default. Oh, voice crack, woo! Oh, I mean, I don't like ages, but we've got different types of things. We've got miscellaneous, vehicle pass by. So these are my favourite actually. But when like you've got like a shot of say a car driving past really close to something, and I put like that sort of thing, the car horn. You've got different ones, and then you've got motorcycle, obviously trucks. Yeah, obviously we're not going to worry about them, so I'm going to put it back to none. That's your audio, and obviously this is your position thing, timestamp, and this is really good for if you're trying to time music for moments, say, or you're trying to time a sound effect like the right point. That's helpful. So you sort of like visualize, or not visualize, but you have to memorize, say, or even write it down, whatever you want, like the time. And then when you get that, you can put like a certain track on top of it, which I will get to as well if the stream don't cut out, that is. But depth of field, that is literally just like I don't even mess with it. It doesn't even make it anything. I don't think it makes any like thing better or anything. I'll just keep it to none. So back to cameras. So what we got here? So we got this shot here of moving about up to the traffic lights as I'm running past. So right here as he jumps, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swoop the camera down. So I'm going to pause it at the right like moment. So back here, I'm going to swoop this camera right down here, really close, and then I'm going to probably add to shake, like put a shake effect on it, just to give it that, because he's landed at full force, and so we'll see. Let's see if that works. We'll put it as linear as well. Do you know what? Actually, you know what? Let me look at this again. So it's going up there. No, it didn't work very well. So I might have to move it a bit more back there. Maybe move that back there. Take the linear off. So back there. And the reason I got it on none is so that it doesn't suddenly go from, like before when you saw it, we went up, like zooming up and then straight down again. Like, so I'm gonna give it like time. So it'll be up here, and then give it a little time, and then now I'll put another marker down, and then linear, and see, like that. And I believe that was a move the target, so I'm going to take that move the target off actually as well, so that it just moves basically down straight to the car, not like hop up whenever whenever the character jumps. So I'm going to move around. Put it straight there, and sometimes you might have to work around on trying to get it to match and line up with the to look at the thing that you want it to follow. So if you get a problem where it just doesn't track it fast enough, or it's delayed, you can try and mess around with the cameras. So like move it that way, say for example. I'll probably not blend this one as well, so then it blends between that. It might move there. So we got this. So he's going to move. It cuts back, which is a bit annoying. But I'm going to try and get it to work. So I'm going to take the. Where is it? Is it this one? Yeah, that's linear. That's fine. We'll turn that to put it to none. Move the player none. So and it cuts there, which is a bit annoying. I should. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the blend back on. That's my bad. So you blend that. It blends around there. Okay, I don't know why it keeps going left. Okay, let me try and figure out why it's doing that. So it goes left and then down. Oh, I know exactly why. Because it's trying to go down. Let me try and mark it. Hang on. It's trying to go down there, and because there's a pole there, it's trying to go around it. So I need to probably delete that. Probably move this more further back, or up here more, and maybe centered. So that's fine. See, that's a bit more better. So I need to obviously add the marker to pause it, obviously. So I'm going to put it to none. Let it play for a bit, and then I'm going to go forward a bit. I'm going to seek it with the touchpad. When he jumps, about there. When his feet jumps. Then I'm going to I'm going to put linear. And then I'm going to go to the next marker. And then probably back here. And then as he lands, the screen should shake. Yeah. There we go. Go back there. Let's play this so far. So we jump. See, that's not too bad. And obviously, if you want another shot of as he lands, and you want to get an in-car shot of the pedestrian in the car, for example, you can do it whatever you want, pretty much. So you can do a quick cut after. See, as he lands, the screen shakes. Screen shakes. Move. You can use the right on the D-pad, preferably right on the D-pad, because it slows it down, it's more slower. Put a marker there. Obviously I'm going back to the other markers to check if the linears and the smooth blends are turned off. And then once you've got that explosion, obviously we've done the explosion landing, so we don't need that anymore. So we change the camera shake back to whatever you was using before. And now I'm going to put the camera right here, because now these two twats have just spawned in. He's smoking a fag, and she's shitting herself. So now we can do like a cool in-car shot. What I normally like to do is I like to get the facial expressions for a second. So back here, and because they're moving, what I'm going to do is I'm going to now change the move with target. So now look, you can change the target to who it moves with. So I'm going to move it. It doesn't really matter which one because they're in the same car. But I'm going to put it to rigid. And the reason I put it on rigid is if I put it on flexible and I play it, like basically the camera stays sort of stationary. But now if I put it to rigid, this should happen. So the camera should stay with the car. So it's like pretty much it means the camera's on board, if you like, which is what I use pretty much all the time for my in-car shots. So we'll put it to flexible now anyway, rigid, sorry. And we're going to move the target. Probably go a little bit closer, zoom out a tiny bit. And you want to try and you could obviously use the right and left directional pads to flip footage round, which is kind of funny. You could do like some Spider-Man effects with that. But now I'm going to do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here and play it. So maybe that's probably a bit too late. So I want to do it sort of straight after I land. So maybe a quicker shot. So maybe closer, get more of a sort of good reaction sort of look to it. So like there, and I'm gonna get it straight, cut it straight there. I'm gonna get another shot of me right here. Obviously, I've got fucking cops all over me, and I'm bloodied up. So, play it back. So like a little shot there of me looking. Maybe turn around, and then as I'm about to step or stomp, I might cut the camera to here. Get a good like footage of, and then I might, yeah. What the hell is this? I married my dad. What the fuck's that? Stupid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically put a camera here, and what my plan is I'm going to, when he kicks the car, and the car obviously flies to that wall, I'm going to pan the shot to the car at the same time as he kicks it. So I need to quickly do that. Okay, it's on rigid, which is a bit annoying, so I'm going to take it off. So like, as it goes there, and I'm flying up. Oh, and I'm flying up as well, hang on. So if I'm flying up, I could go upwards actually. So as he stomps, select that. Maybe here. Move the camera up to about here. Where the hell he's gone? He's gone. Where the hell's he gone? Wait. Oh, he's down there. Oh, he must have lagged in or glitched out because it. Did he? I don't know. Oh no, he just went straight up and down. Yep. So because he did that, let me check the camera here. So it would go. Let me put linear. Okay, cool. Right. So I'm going to go straight up like that. There we go. And that's your blend for that one. So we'll go back to roughly the start again. And if it says camera did not have line of sight, which says on the bottom. Don't worry about it too much, but sometimes you may have to worry about it if you want a complete smooth transition, for example, because then what will happen is that the camera sort of like will move like somewhere where you want it to go, and then it will clip something like an object, and it will sort of correct itself. But sometimes, half the time, it just says that for no reason. Sometimes. So we got that. Nice little shot. It's me being on fire. So while I'm down there, obviously I could do like a shot of the fire engine, because the fire engine's coming right now. So I'm going to zoom it in, probably from here. Look at my character, and then probably look at the fire engine as it's coming. So look at my character for a second. Probably move that over there, and then move that camera there. And then right here. Can you delete middle parts of the clip? Oh, middle parts of the clip, as in. Oh, I'm trying to think what you mean now. Hang on, let me just sort this out quick. Middle parts of the clip. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Okay. So, like, you mean, like, say, if I wanted to trim the middle bit of this whole lot, for example. No. Well, I know what you can obviously delete or shorten clips, but then you can't actually cut through the middle of them, which is a bit annoying. The only way I could you could do that is if I could think of this, because I've never done it before, but I'm assuming you can. You could try and duplicate the clips, duplicate the clip. I keep saying it again, the clips. I'll get my words mumbled up. But you duplicate them. So obviously you got your first one that you're editing. You can cut something out of that, and then your second one, you can edit that one again as well, and then sort of fit it on a timeline, if it works. But no, I don't think you can cut middle, or like separate, or delete middle parts of clips, which is annoying. But yeah, so far I've got a pan shot, which should blend. So then obviously that's all that. Got a shot of me picking the car. See that shot there? I want it to be slower than that, so I'm going to make it slower turn. Is I will move this marker further forward, and it should be a longer, or it should take longer to turn the camera to that fire engine, like that. And I want it back again. I move it forward a bit, set another marker. That's set to none, isn't it? Blend mode. Yeah, that's fine. And then change this marker to linear or smooth. So I'm going to put smooth. And then I'm going to play it for a bit, stop it there. Then move the camera back up to probably here, because he's got straight back up. And that should... I'm going to move the target actually, or look at target, I should say. I'll move the target. So there's the police, which is good. Obviously, you can rewatch the stream back if you missed any parts, or if you want, really. Got that. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not trying to make anything like perfect. I'm just trying to give you a rough idea of how to do the editing that you want. But now we've got a walking shot. Obviously, he's aiming his gun, and sometimes what I do here is, before he aims the gun, I like to make the person watching feel, what he's feeling, kind of, if that makes sense. I have no idea. I'm not really good at directing in terms of words, alright? But I'm going to take that back to none. I'm going to move a player, move a target. So I'm going to move a target, and I'm going to, because I know there's a police car coming down that road, which is up there, you can always see it. I'm going to do a walking shot with him, and at the same time, I'm going to go to his feet. I reckon go to his feet and look to the cop car that's to the right. So that'll be, I'd say here. Move that down here. Zoom that in, and I'll probably take the walking thing off or move the target off. Go back to here. Put the blend mode to. Obviously, you can play around a bit, whatever suits you, but I'm gonna go for linear. Usually for this time. Here comes the police car. So now my character's turned around to look at it. I'll move this round here, get a shot of distance maybe, and there's a cop car there as well, so around here, and then maybe get some like discrete sort of like camera locations, because that gives a good effect, I reckon, as well. So I see these branches here, or these bushes. You could do like a panning shot of basically moving across and peeking. So right here, if I put the camera here, play it for a bit, for a few seconds, as long as you want, or how slow you want it to be. But you can adjust it to your own accord. So right here, so put it on smooth, because that's the better one. So if you want it faster, like if you want it to pan faster, you can put it back, well, further back or closer to the marker before, so then it'll be quicker. And the longer you want it to be, the further away you put it. So that's farther away. It should take a lot longer now. Yeah, pretty much there. And then I'm going to put it here for now. I don't want to take too long. That should be fine. And then I'm going to pop that here. Just looking getting shot at. It's so funny. Might put the camera around here as well. So I'm going to do like a circle tracking shot of my character, which takes multiple steps. So it's going to be linear as well, I reckon. It might work on smooth, but linear is probably good at the minute. So obviously I want to keep the motion going, so put that to linear as well. Move that forward. And if you want to have a very smooth, rounded off shot, say, you want to put like at least 3 or 4 markers and equal distance. So these 2 here, or 3, sorry, so like they're exactly the same sort of length between them. And then probably back here, up there. So we've got a tracking shot here, so it should, hopefully, yeah, there we go. So we've got that. And it's obviously it's not centered there, so what I'm going to do is move the first marker of that tracking shot closer to the left. And that should, and that marker sort of needs to be that more left here as well. So right here. See, that's not too bad. It's perfect. See, and obviously, because I left the linear on, it's still trying to pan to a different camera, which is non-existent. So it just sort of doesn't stay focused on my character or target. So it does what it wants. So if I turn it off, so that it stays completely still, and then smooth, which would be just a slightly delayed movement, I find. And now what we can do is, because now the cops are here, the pigs, honestly, we can go closer to one of the targets, so we can move with them. So we can move with, and I'm just like near enough out of range, but I'm going to pick my target. What you do with this is you look for them first. I prefer it, so it's obviously that should be that. Yep. So it's number 3, so I'll keep that in mind. I'm going to change it to 3. Turn the linear off a minute because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I want to do with it yet. Get a little shot of him shooting. Like shooting himself, running and that. and also there's a cop car coming down the hill, so that's even better. So I'm going to put it further back actually, and excuse me. Okay, I didn't want that. Hang on, take the linear off. Right, and then put it closer back actually. He's shooting. There's the cop car. So I'm going to do a quick pan to the right to the cop car. But it's going to be so quick to where it's like someone who's watching it is trying to turn their head to look as if they want to see the car. That sort of quickness. So I'm going to put that there. And it's as he's turning around as well, so it's even better. So turn that to the right. I think he runs him over. Not sure. Yep, runs him over. That's even funnier. Linear. I want it a bit quicker than that. So I'm going to get the ended bit to where he gets hit, and then extend that closer. Obviously, I'm out of range of him because he ran past it, so I need to do it quick. Like that. He's shooting, bang. There we go. And if you want to add sound effects for that little bit there, you can add a sound effect. And I'm going to show you to do that. So when he gets run over, so as he gets hit, which is right on the marker, which is good, you click on that marker, or you can add a new marker for the sound. Go to audio. And we want I think we probably want a crash sort of like sound effect, or like a gore sound effect, I should say. So you've got crushed, crash 2, 3. I think this will be better. For the purpose of the tutorial. And obviously you can change the sound of the audio to, so obviously sound effects volume, game sound effects obviously. So if I turn the game sound effects down, it should play like in silence. Pretty much. It just does the dialogue sound effect, and it just takes out all the background sound. But then we're gonna put that back up, and there we go. That's all fine. And then what should happen is when I play it, it should make a sound effect. Very hard to hear because obviously the sirens. But if all I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the sirens down. Hopefully, is it sound effects volume or was it ambient volume? I'm trying to think what it was. Might be ambient volume. No, it's not ambient volume. That's the wrong one. Let's put that back up to normal. Probably sound effects then, or games sound effects. Yep, there you go. So we go back. He's running, and then oh, gets hit. And then obviously, once that's done, you want to obviously make sure you get the audio back up to normal. So what I do here is after I've done that editing for the sound, I move it a tad to the right of the marker, so obviously it's grayed out, but you want to get as close to it to where it's, yeah, you go like that. And you want to put the audios back to normal or like original settings. So now it should be that. And if you want to, you can shorten the clip. You can shorten the clip, obviously, so you can put it here. And that will end it on here. And I'm going to show you how to add music now, or sound effects or music. I'm not going to play the music itself because, well, I can for a few seconds, but I don't want to put copyright strike or anything. Or I could actually use the Rockstar created ones. So play that, it plays out. And now for music, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I do with music, depending on the scene I want. So I'm going to save it. And I'm rambling so much, I'm like really tired as well. I've had no sleep barely, and I've got to be up again tomorrow, fucking early. So we saved that, we're good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, if it lets me. Hopefully it doesn't cut out the stream like it did before, or say block scene, because that means I have to stream again. But for music, what I'll do is go back. I'll find a track that I want to add. So maybe, and you can add text as well. But I'm gonna put a score track or ambient track actually, so you can put weather environment, noises, alarms, sirens, fire, anything you like. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a score track, not radio track, because I'll get copyright strike if I play any music because it's not royalty free. So you could go here, choose whatever you want. I'm going to stick with this one. Obviously, the video clip, the audio clip is longer than the actual clip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on there on the timeline, and I'm going to hold R1, and that should trim it automatically back to the end of the clip. And then when I play it, that's what you'll be hearing pretty much, like the whole way through, and then to the end. And yeah, and then you can obviously pick up by pressing square. You can move it to like wherever you want. Like, so you can move it to this end instead. So I have music just played after the clip, it's not after there's no clip. But I'm going to put it back. Now, I'm going to go back again. And then I need to go back to... Where is it? A clip? Oh, I press circle, sorry. Go to the clip. Press edit. And it might cut out again. I hope it doesn't, because that would be annoying. Because that's what it did last time. But yeah, if you're still here, that's good. And I'm going to play it. And then you should hear the music. Oh, it did work actually, I looked at my phone. So pretty much you can play music and whatever, like you can add that to your clips and whatever. So you've got the shot of the car. It's panning through to the branches, or bushes, sorry. Little circle, like, sort of movement. He's shooting me. Obviously I don't normally leave shots like say this one too long. It kind of kills the mood a bit. Well, it just doesn't kill the mood, but you kind of lose that split second interest, I feel. So what I normally would do is I normally do it to about here, for example, and then do another different shot, for example. So maybe I'll do a shot of like me shooting forward, or like looking forward as I'm shooting. So back here, like that, shooting a bit, and then put this back to here. That's there. And then actually what I'm gonna do, I'm going to take that, delete that one actually, and then put it there. Okay, I'm out of range, God's sake, it's a bit annoying. Linear. So right here, it gets run over, and it ends right here. But obviously it's longer, but that's it pretty much, yeah, for the editing part. Obviously, the more clips you do, the longer it will take, and it's actually, well, I don't know how long it's taken. I think it took me about half an hour to an hour to do this one. So far. And I'm going to play it one more time for you. It should pan up to here. That's the first marker. Second marker is when it moves around to the third. Got multiple markers there for the like individual shots. It's a long panning shot to the fire engine because I'm on fire. Pans back because I'm back up to normal. Cop car coming. Cop behind me getting out. Panning shot off the side of the alley a little bit. It'll move around of the camera to show how nuts he is. Doesn't get run over. And there you go. And obviously I'll save that for now. And obviously if you want to add more clips, it's quite easy. You just go back, add clip, clip by date or whatever you want, the clip you want to use. And then put the second or third one, or whatever you want, and then add that on there. and yeah, and then it'll basically play through to the next clip. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. But also, if you want to add, say, your own music, say, I don't know, like what type of music I'd say, um, sound effects, sort of music sounds, like the YouTube sound effects that you like people hear. It was quite common, or just, or maybe the PlayStation Share Factory music. You can put that on top of it if you want to, like I do sometimes. Um, but yeah, I'm really tired now, but I hope that helped, or I hope it gives you a rough idea of how it works. Um, Obviously, my explanations are not perfect, but the video itself, and that's why I got the streaming it to sort of show you as I'm going. But yeah, I am done for the night. Actually, I'm gonna probably hop off to bed. And yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you do end up watching, obviously. But if you find it, helpful, leave a like. I'm just gonna stop talking. I'm dragging this on for too long. But yeah, have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.